My dear daughter, if these words have found their way to your heart, then perhaps Allah has allowed this message to reach you for a reason. I don't know your name. I don't know where you live. I don't know what dreams you carry in your heart. But if you sincerely care for my son, then I want to tell you something that only a father can say. My son was not born strong. He was once a tiny child who held my finger to learn how to walk. I watched him fall countless times before he learned to stand again. I saw him cry when life became difficult. I saw him smile after every hardship. Every scar on his heart has taught him another lesson. That is why, if you truly love him, I ask you to value his heart, not because it is perfect, but because it has already carried enough burdens. Please don't love him only on the days when life is easy. Stand beside him when the road becomes difficult. Encourage him when he loses confidence. Remind him to trust Allah when he becomes worried. And if he ever makes a mistake, correct him with kindness instead of humiliation. Real love is not about never facing problems. It is about facing them together with patience, honesty, and mercy. I also hope my son remembers his responsibility toward you. A good man does not measure his strength by his voice. He measures it by his character. He protects the dignity of the woman he loves. He speaks gently. He keeps his promises. He thanks Allah for every blessing, including the people placed in his life. If Allah ever writes your paths together, I pray your home becomes a place filled with peace, a home where prayers are never forgotten, a home where respect is stronger than pride, a home where forgiveness is quicker than anger, a home where gratitude is spoken every single day. And if Allah has written a different future, then I pray both of you accept His decree with content hearts, knowing that His wisdom is greater than our plans. My daughter, love each other in a way that brings you closer to Allah, not further from Him. Because every beautiful thing in this world is temporary, but faith, sincerity, and good character are treasures that remain forever. May Allah bless every sincere heart, guide every young couple toward what is best, and fill every home with mercy, barakah, and peace. With sincere prayers, a loving Father, my dear daughter, as I continue this letter, I want you to understand something that only time teaches a parent. When a child is young, we protect them with our hands. When they become older, we protect them with our prayers. Every day, I ask Allah to guide my son, forgive his mistakes, and surround him with people who will bring him closer to goodness. If you truly care for him, then I pray you become one of those people. Do not encourage him toward pride. Encourage him toward humility. Do not praise him only when he succeeds. Stand beside him when he struggles, because anyone can celebrate a person's victories, but only sincere people remain during difficult times. My daughter, never believe that love is only about beautiful words. Words are easy, character is difficult. Real love is shown in patience after misunderstandings. It is shown in honesty when telling the truth feels uncomfortable. It is shown in forgiveness when pride tells you to walk away. If my son ever forgets these things, remind him gently. And if you ever forget them, I hope he reminds you with kindness. A relationship should never become a competition over who is right. It should become a partnership where both people ask, how can we protect each other's hearts? Life will test both of you. There may be days when plans fail, days when finances become difficult, days when disappointment visits your home. Do not let those days convince you that love has disappeared. Sometimes Allah tests people not to separate them, but to strengthen their patience and their trust in Him. When hardship comes, sit together, talk honestly, pray together, make dua before making assumptions. Many problems become smaller when two sincere hearts place them before Allah. My dear daughter, if Allah ever blesses you with a family, remember that children learn more from what they witness than from what they are told. If they see respect between their parents, they will grow up respecting others. If they hear gentle words inside the home, they will carry gentleness into the world. If they see gratitude during easy times and patience during difficult times, they will understand what faith truly looks like. That is the inheritance more valuable than wealth. I also ask you never to forget your own parents. Honor them, pray for them, visit them. A person who remains grateful to their parents often carries that gratitude into every relationship. And I hope my son does the same. There is one more thing I wish to leave in your heart. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Every family has private tests. Many smiles hide struggles. Many homes that appear perfect are carrying burdens no one else can see. So build your future upon sincerity rather than appearances. Build it upon trust rather than public approval. Build it upon faith rather than fear. And if one day you both disagree, remember that raising your voice rarely solves what lowering your pride can. Before I end this part, I make one sincere prayer. Ya Allah, if these two hearts are good for one another, bless them with wisdom before emotion, patience before anger, honesty before assumption, and gratitude in every season of life. Help them become a source of peace for each other. Protect them from arrogance, misunderstanding, and selfishness. And let every step they take bring them closer to you. My dear daughter, if you truly love my son, then help him become a better servant of Allah. And if he truly loves you, he should help you become a better servant of Allah. That is the kind of love that grows stronger with every passing year and remains meaningful long after this world has passed. This is the advice I leave with both of you from a father's heart. My dear daughter, if you are still reading this letter, then allow me to speak to you one last time from a father's heart. Life has taught me that every beautiful relationship needs more than love. It needs trust, it needs patience, it needs forgiveness, and above all, it needs the guidance of Allah. One day, if Allah writes that you and my son walk the same path, I hope you never try to change each other into different people. Instead, help each other become better versions of yourselves. Encourage each other to speak the truth with kindness. Remind each other to pray when life becomes busy. Stand beside each other when the world feels heavy. That is how strong relationships are built. My dear daughter, there will be days when my son comes home tired. His smile may not be as bright as usual. The weight of responsibility may make him quiet. On those days, I hope you remember that sometimes a gentle conversation can heal a heart more than 1,000 solutions. And I hope he remembers the same about you. If one day you feel exhausted, if tears fill your eyes, if your heart becomes heavy, I pray he sits beside you, listens with compassion, and reminds you that no hardship lasts forever. Marriage is not about finding someone who never struggles. It is about becoming the person who refuses to let the other struggle alone. Please never allow small misunderstandings to become large distances. Speak before silence grows. Forgive before resentment takes root. Choose mercy before pride. Many homes are not broken by one great mistake. They are weakened by many small moments where people stop listening to each other. Promise yourselves that your home will be different. A home where respect is never forgotten. A home where gratitude is spoken every day. A home where I'm sorry is never too difficult to say. A home where thank you is never too small to matter. If Allah blesses you with children, remember that they will be watching both of you. They will learn kindness from your kindness, patience from your patience, faith from your faith. Long before they remember your advice, they will remember your example. So let your home become their first lesson in mercy. My dear daughter, as a father, I do not ask for a perfect future for my son. Perfection belongs only to Allah. I ask for a peaceful future, a future where both of you help one another through life's tests. A future where laughter is shared, tears are comforted, and every success begins with saying Alhamdulillah. There is one final lesson I want to leave with you. Never let this temporary world become more important than your relationship with Allah. Pray together whenever you can. Make dua for each other even when the other person doesn't know. Read the Quran together. Remember Allah in times of happiness and in times of hardship. Because hearts connected to Allah find strength even during the darkest moments. Now, before I finish this letter, I raise my hands in one final dua. Ya Allah, if you have written these two hearts to share the same future, then fill their home with barakah, mercy, and tranquility. Protect them from pride, jealousy, anger, and misunderstanding. Help them forgive quickly, speak gently, and always remember you before anyone else. Bless their parents. Bless their future children if you grant them any. Make their home a place where kindness is never forgotten and faith is never neglected. And if you have written a different future for either of them, then grant them both contentment, wisdom, and the strength to accept your decree with peaceful hearts. For you know what we do not know, and your plan is always the best. My dear daughter, if we ever meet one day, I hope I see a smile that reflects a heart filled with faith. I hope I see two people who choose respect over pride, honesty over silence, and mercy over anger. There were nights when I would think about you before sleeping. There were mornings when your name was the first thought in my mind, and sometimes I would find myself smiling for no reason until I realized the reason was always you. But the truth is, I never planned to fall in love with you. Love has its own mysterious way of entering a heart. It never asks permission. It simply arrives, slowly, silently, beautifully, and before you understand what is happening, your entire world begins revolving around one person. Form. That person became you. But there is something else you should know. Loving you has not always been easy, because loving someone deeply also means being afraid. Afraid of losing them, afraid of saying the wrong words, afraid that one day they might walk away. Many times I wanted to tell you everything. Many times the words reached my lips, but every time fear stopped me. What if you didn't feel the same way? What if my confession made things awkward between us? What if I lost the beautiful connection we already had? So I stayed quiet. I hid my feelings behind normal conversations, behind friendly smiles, behind casual messages. But inside my heart, my love for you kept growing stronger. Sometimes I would watch you talking happily with others, and even though I smiled, a small part of my heart wished I was the one making you that happy. Not because I wanted to control your happiness, but because loving someone makes you want to become their reason for smiling. And your smile, it became one of the most precious things in my world. You probably never noticed this, but every time you smiled at me, something inside my heart felt peaceful, like a tired traveler finally finding a place to rest, like darkness finally meeting light. And slowly, you became more than just someone I cared about. You became the person who could calm my storms, the person whose presence made my worries feel smaller, the person who unknowingly healed parts of my heart. But love also teaches patience. So instead of rushing, I waited. I waited for the right moment, the right day, the right courage. And today, that moment has finally arrived. That is why I am standing here in front of you, my heart beating faster than ever, my hands slightly trembling, and my mind full of emotions. Because today I want to confess something to you, something simple, something honest, something that has been living inside my heart for a long time. My love, I think about you more than I should. I care about you more than I planned. And somewhere along this beautiful journey, I fell in love with you, not suddenly, not dramatically, but slowly, quietly, deeply. And now I cannot imagine a life where you are not part of my world. But before you say anything, I want you to understand something important. This confession is not a demand, it is not a pressure, and it is not our quest for you to feel the same way. It is simply the truth of my heart, because real love is honest. And tonight, my heart refused to stay silent anymore. So, my love, today I finally told you the secret I was hiding, the secret that has lived inside my heart for months, the secret that starts with your name and ends with my love for you. But now, the most important moment has arrived, the moment where your heart will decide what happens next. And honestly, I'm a little scared to hear your answer. After I finished saying those words, silence surrounded us. The world suddenly felt slower. The wind moved gently around us, the sky above looked calm, but inside my heart a storm had begun. You were standing in front of me, your eyes were looking directly into mine, but you weren't speaking. And in that quiet moment, thousands of thoughts began running through my mind. Maybe I said too much. Maybe I ruined our friendship. Maybe my love came at the wrong time. When you confess your heart, you feel completely vulnerable. It feels like placing your entire soul into someone else's hands, and all you can do is wait, hoping they won't drop it. Finally, you took a small step closer. Your face looked serious, but your eyes were soft. My love, you said quietly. That one word made my heart beat even faster. Because you had never called me that before. You looked down for a moment, gathering your thoughts. Then you slowly looked back at me. I knew there was something different about the way you cared for me. My breath stopped. You did? I asked softly. You nodded. Yes, but I never understood how deep your feelings were. You paused for a moment, then you smiled, but this smile carried emotion inside it. And honestly, hearing this makes me both happy and scared. Happy and scared. Those words confused my heart. Why scared? I asked. You took a deep breath. Because love changes everything. You looked into my eyes again. If we choose love, our lives will never be the same again. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The air around us felt heavy with emotions, but something about your voice felt sincere. Then you said something that touched me heart deeply. You are one of the kindest people I have ever known. My heart softened hearing that. Honey, do you know what makes someone truly unforgettable? It is not beauty, it is not fame, it is not perfection. It is the way they make your heart feel. And whenever I think about you, my heart feels peaceful, safe, happy. Your kindness has a way of touching people deeply. Your honesty creates trust, and the warmth in your heart is something very rare in this world. That is why my feelings for you never felt temporary, they felt real, they felt sincere, they felt like something my soul had been searching for. Honey, there were nights when the world around me was silent, everyone was sleeping, but my mind was still awake, thinking about you, thinking about your smile, thinking about the way your words made my day brighter. And during those quiet moments, I realized something important. You were no longer just someone I talked to, you had become the most important part of my happiness. You had become the reason my heart smiled even on difficult days. And that is why today I say these words with complete honesty, not to impress you, not to create drama, but to share the truth living inside my heart. Honey, you are the reason I smile every day. Honey, after you became a part of my life, something inside me changed in a way I never expected. The world outside was still the same, the same sunrise every morning, the same quiet nights, the same routine of life. But inside my heart, everything felt different because now every moment of my day had a connection to you. When I woke up in the morning, your name was the first thought in my mind. When something beautiful happened during the day, you were the first person I wanted to share it with, and when the night became silent, my heart missed you the most. Honey, love has a powerful way of connecting two hearts. You start caring about someone's happiness more than your own. You start wishing peace for them, even when they are far away. And slowly, their presence becomes the most important part of your life. That is exactly what happened to me. You became someone whose voice could calm my worries, someone whose smile could brighten my entire day, someone whose presence made my heart feel safe. Honey, sometimes I ask myself a question: why does my heart love you so deeply? And every time I think about it, the answer becomes clear. Because you are different. Your kindness is genuine, your honesty is rare, and the way you care about people shows the beauty inside your soul. In a world where many people pretend to be something they are not, you stayed real, and that realness made my love for you stronger every day. Honey, before you came into my life, happiness felt temporary. It came and went like passing moments, but after meeting you, happiness became something constant. Because even on difficult days, just thinking about you could bring a small smile to my face. That is why I say something honestly today. You are not just someone I love, you are someone who changed the way my heart feels about life. You became the light in my ordinary days. You became the comfort in my restless nights, and you became the reason my heart believes in something beautiful again. Honey, before this story reaches its final ending, there is something important I want you to understand. My love for you is not temporary. It is not something that disappears with time. It is something that lives quietly inside my heart, strong, patient, and sincere. Because when a heart truly loves someone, that feeling becomes a part of the soul. And that is exactly what happened with my love for you. Honey, no matter where life takes us, no matter how much time passes, there will always be one truth that never changes. You will always remain the person who made my life brighter, the person who brought warmth to my heart, and the person who gave my soul a reason to smile. That is why today I say these words again with complete honesty. Honey, you are the reason I smile every day. Honey, if you are still listening to my words right now, then maybe you can feel how sincere my heart truly is, because everything I have shared until now is not just a story, it is the truth of my feelings. Sometimes life brings someone into our world quietly, without noise, without warning, but